Hambassadors is brought to you by Stark Property.
Stark have backed Hamilton for years, building smart spaces, lifting the CBD, and helping good ideas find a home. They're responsible for so much of the good stuff happening in the city. They built Maid, Riverbank Lane, the Riverbanks, Hills Commercial, Anzac Apartments, Panama Square, Tristan Precinct, and Hills Apartments, amongst many more.
They back local, they back growth, and now they back us. They helped us build this studio, which you could hire as well. Flick us a DM and tell us we sent you next time. Enjoy.
Welcome to the latest episode of Hambassadors, our show that takes you behind the scenes of the Between Two Beers podcast. How are we doing today, Shay?
I'm good. That little voice break at the start.
Yeah.
Caught me off guard.
Yeah, bring the energy.
Yeah, no, it's good energy.
Yeah.
It's good energy. It was teenage boy energy with that voice crack, but hey, here we are.
I can do that on purpose, you know, the voice crack. And
Can you?
people, yeah, it's a bit of a conversation starter.
Like a little bit of
Hey, Seamus.
Oh, yeah. Like a bit of Millhouse.
And then you do it, and then people think they've got you, but you've actually done it
You've
on
done
purpose.
it.
I didn't do that one on purpose. Let me be very clear.
You doubled.
Yeah, doubled. Hey, we're recording this live. This is live on YouTube. There might be some people watching this live.
I hope so.
Which is a new, what would
Are
you
you
say?
feeling a bit nervous about this?
Well, sometimes we have to cut things out that you say, so I am worried about someone
People
clipping.
in glass houses shouldn't throw stones.
No, it's good. It's a good development. You seem like you're in a good mood today, like a bit of a silly mood.
Yeah,
Sometimes
I've
you
been
get
a
a
bit
bit silly, don't
I've
you?
been a bit silly the last 2 days. It was a big old week last week. I feel like we've fallen into one of the things we're going to talk about later on.
Go for it.
Later
man.
on.
Nah.
But no, we had a lot on.
Yeah.
We had a lot on.
Yeah.
We hosted one thing, which we'll talk about soon. I hosted another thing on Saturday night, which I really enjoyed, which was the WaiBOP Waikato Bay of Plenty 25-year anniversary awards.
Yeah.
Which you made an appearance with your father, Bruce.
Yeah.
It was cool. A lot of football people in the room. I really enjoyed it.
So for
Good
those
night.
not in the football fraternity,
You can't say that. That excludes the sorority, which is the female. So let's go. Those not in the WaiBOP football community.
25 years ago, they changed the structure of New Zealand football, and WaiBOP became, it was Force 3, wasn't it? And
It
then
was.
WaiBOP. Anyway, they had this prize giving, and they acknowledged people that had done things in the game. It was really cool for me to be there with Dad, because he actually listens to the show, and he's going to hate this.
Is he?
But he has done a lot for Waikato football.
He's a legend, according to WaiBOP.
And he got acknowledged for it.
Yeah.
And he was reluctant to go up, and he didn't want to, and you were trying to pull him up on stage, and eventually he went up and got his photo thing. But it was cool being there with him and seeing him get acknowledged, and everyone coming up to him and sort of giving him praise, which he felt really uncomfortable about, but it was nice.
Did you like growing up, did you realise he was quite a big contributor to football in this region?
Yeah. You see what he has done behind the scenes. You know, like the awards was a great example, right? Like you were saying, the amount that he contributed to actually like producing the history for people to read out and use on their socials, and helped select the team of the 25 years and all these bits. He's done that across his whole life. So yeah.
Can we touch on that legacy team of the last 25 years?
Please.
Because that was a real conversation sort of starter in the room on the evening, and I imagine when it comes out on social media, it will also be a starter. But one of the curious situations was that you were named in that team of 25 years, which in itself isn't a curiosity.
Yeah.
You played very well. You've got a career.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're the highest scorer in Waikato FC history with 14 goals.
Nice.
And some 83 goals in 124 appearances, or whatever Bruce wrote
whatever.
on the script. But you were selected ahead of a guy like Chris Wood, who's done quite a bit as well.
Yeah. I think they had it, from what I understand, there was a criteria. You had to have played for 100 first-team games in the Waikato region.
All Bay of Plenty. There were a lot of Bay of Plenty players missed out.
Yeah.
Can we say that?
Yeah, sure. We are getting quite into the football weeds chat, but Chris Wood, to be fair, he was only about 15 or 16 when he played in Waikato, and while he was very good at that age, you know, didn't really stand up.
Yeah. Well, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Congratulations.
It was cool to be acknowledged. Thanks.
And I also got acknowledged.
Oh yeah, sorry, I nearly forgot.
Well, for
the manager.
no, don't worry about that one. The club program of the year, which I spend so much time on a Friday night, much to Doc Brown's sort of shaking of heads how much time I spend on that with big help from Bruce Holloway. So that was nice. It was actually nice to get recognised.
There is a bit of Bruce Holloway about you. He's sifting and, doing bits and pieces behind the scenes. People don't always understand.
No.
But then you got named the manager of the team, the manager of the 25 years.
Yeah, I felt like that was a little bit of just a thank you for being here on the night.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Anyway, it was good. It was fun. That week we had been in Ōtorohanga.
Another part of the Waikato Bay of Plenty region.
For their business awards, Insight Ōtorohanga, it was called. So we spoke, we did a bit about the Between Two Beers story, and we did a 60-minute Q&A with Simon Grafhus, the Chiefs CEO, which we'll talk about soon. But
we also did the People's Choice Business Awards.
One of the big talking points on the night was that Seamus introduced us and then said how proud he was to be here in the Waikato speaking. Yeah. And that went down like a cup of sick, didn't it?
Well, did you realise it at the time?
No,
neither did I.
No,
So the opening of the whole evening was talking about the Halberg Awards from 2 years ago when I asked a question of, this is bad because we're out live and I can't remember the gentleman's name. Captain of the Warriors of the time. Oh, no. What he said under the goalpost when they came back to beat Cronulla, and he said, I don't know, I wasn't playing. Yeah. So the whole bit at the start of the presentation was around how important research is to our process and the fact that, 6 years of asking questions and being present, researching, meant that I was able to flow in and out of this. So I opened with this line, great to be here in a real part of the Waikato, and I actually really emphasised being
he did.
Like as if I was like some Hamilton city slicker coming down to like a proper part of the Waikato, and nobody said anything at the time.
No.
Fast forward an hour and a half, a local businessman, John Haddad, got up on stage and he was doing a little presentation to Simon Grafhus, the guest speaker, a gift. And he said, I just want to say we started the evening off really on the wrong foot and it's really upset me. We are in the King Country, not the Waikato. And I was mortified.
Yeah.
Again, that I had upset a whole room of Ōtorohanga.
Do you understand it now? Because I've done a little bit of research to really make the point clear. Would you like me to read what I've found?
Sure.
So King Country is a historic cultural region born from the Kingitanga story and the post-war Okati boundary along the Pūnui River, not a modern council map. So reducing Ōtorohanga to Waikato region erases that history.
Which wasn't my intention.
No.
I want to be very clear on that.
Ōtorohanga leans into King Country. The town literally markets itself as a King Country place, calling it Waikato. Full stop. It clashes with how the town represents itself.
This would have all been very useful before.
Today, Ōtorohanga district sits under the Waikato Regional Council. That's the bureaucracy. But King Country spans parts of multiple regions and has always been loosely defined. So locals hear it's Waikato as privileging admin over identity. In local debates, people worry about losing distinct King Country character to bigger neighbours. So saying it's Waikato sounds like flattening the difference. How to say it without annoying anyone? This is what you should have said. Ōtorohanga is in the Waikato region and part of the historic King Country.
Well, maybe you can do the intros from now on.
Maybe I will.
Maybe you should do the intros from now on. That was... Thankfully, again, I was able to roll with it after that was...
You did save it.
That was pointed out.
You did come back and call back to it.
But apologies, King Country. I didn't mean any offence by that.
It was great. I tell you what, that room was. Beautiful culminate... We'll cut this out. If you're on YouTube, we cut this shit out when I make a mistake like that. You're very privileged to see this. I'll tell you what's great about...
How many are watching?
Shitloads. It's a big number.
5. To the 5 of you out there.
Hi. No, this is the shit that gets cut out. All right. I'll tell you, let me tell you about it.
Oh no. He's gone.
What I'll say about that Ōtorohanga room is love their code.
Yeah,
love their code.
I didn't think that's what you were going to say about the room, but it was a big rugby room.
60 Minutes with Simon, who had been a guest on our business channel, And we've actually got a long-standing relationship with them. But the crowd was engaged through the whole,
Could hear a pin drop.
20 minutes afterwards of Q&A, questions from everyone. They bloody love their rugby. So,
They did. And it was nice to catch up with Simon again. I think after Carl Bloxham at Craft, now Octavos, Simon would have been one of our early supporters with Bootleg Brewery.
Yeah, he used to send us boxes of brews.
He did send us boxes
Shay
of product.
doesn't like it when I say boxes of piss.
I feel like it's disrespectful to the product.
Piss?
Yeah.
You drink some piss.
No, I don't drink piss anymore.
No, you don't. Moving on. So, big week. You say it a lot. It is a big week.
We say it a lot.
So, we've got 2 episodes this week on Thursday and Friday. Biggest golfing star in New Zealand. Might be a clue there.
Yep.
Be hard to guess.
Yep.
And then we've got a big international touring comedian on the Friday.
Yep.
And then you are commentating the Auckland FC game on the Saturday.
That's correct.
And then the Phoenix game on the Sunday.
Yeah, I got a double header of commentaries this weekend, which tend to strike up sort of anxiety in my being, but I feel quite good about these two, which is a dangerous place to be. Never rest on your laurels.
Do you travel to both games? You doing them live?
Yeah. Auckland on the Saturday, and then lucky enough to be heading down to the capital on the Sunday.
Yeah.
And then back to Auckland on Sunday, and back to Hamilton.
Yeah.
For the long weekend. It's not the Labour weekend I had envisaged, but it's not one that I'm mad at.
Yeah. No, there's a bit going on there.
2 good games, actually. I enjoyed the A-League kicking off last weekend.
Yes.
Two draws, but, one a goalless stalemate and the other one, Phoenix come from behind.
Yeah.
And that's me just getting into character.
You are. Yeah. Smooth, dulcet
Smooth
tones.
with it.
Right. I think we need to talk to the audience about what happened last week, because we had a segment, 5 favourites, which has been very well received.
Yeah.
We did movies, we did songs, we did books.
Yeah.
Last week, we introduced 5 favourite conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
And fair to say the segment went a bit sideways and we had to pull it.
Yeah. I think I front foot it in saying favourite conspiracy theories is an interesting way to frame it in the first place. And it didn't really, I probably only had one. Which, again, on reflection, I'm glad that didn't go.
It sent us down rabbit holes, and I think it became like a 15-minute segment. And then our editor was listening back, and he's like, "Hey guys, I'm not sure about this. Like, your audience trust you. There's some pretty sideways chatting." So that's why you didn't hear 5 favourites last week. But we're back, and we have come up with 5 favourite rules for the modern gentleman. So this actually came from a GQ article released a couple of months ago. They had 125 of them, and we've gone through and picked out our 5 favourite each. Really good list, I thought. Yeah.
Maybe we should share it somewhere.
We'll share it.
You know how to do links on Instagram now.
Yeah. So we'll go one for one, all right? So I've selected 5 of the 125 that I like the most. Okay. If it's before 6 p.m, you can't get mad at people having kids at a restaurant. But if it's after 6, parents are responsible for the experience of everyone else in the restaurant. Placate your wild animals however you can, and if you can't, remove them from the premises for a walk around the block. I think this is a pretty rock-solid rule.
And you subscribe to this because when you did take your children to Octavos, you were like, we're going to go at 5 o'clock before any of the diners.
That's your hour,
yeah.
5 till 6, if you're taking the kids out. Afterwards, people are out enjoying a meal. They don't want to hear you screaming baby or your toddler meltdown.
You ended up taking them out early though, didn't you? Did you stay for the full?
No, we got to Octavos and realised this was not the scene for my tornado, and we got out of there. So yeah, I like that one. Yours?
Yeah, I've gone with one of the ones which is I don't do this currently, but I'm going to take it on board, which is find a signature gift you can give to almost anyone for almost any occasion and stock up on them. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm a guy that I wear black t-shirts, I have loads of them, I have white sneakers, I have loads of them. This speaks to me as just having lots of things that you can just pull off a shelf and give. Books are quite a good one, I think. But
is it like have the same thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Just stockpile 20 of them. And
basically,
Yeah, you don't have to think about it.
Exactly. And like you make them kind of not non-specific enough that they cover birthday, anniversary.
Yeah. I guess you just got to narrow down what it is. Once you find it, you see it.
This feels like an Octavos fest, but what I've started doing for friends is actually buying vouchers to go there for dinner.
Yeah.
Easy.
It's easy. All right, my second one. When out in the company of others, keep your phone tucked away and out of sight. And it's sort of a sub point to it, is control your thumbs. There's little to be gained and much to be lost from arguing online or double tapping someone's Instagram thirst traps. You would be a better dad, partner, and friend if your screen time were cut in half. I think this is a good one.
Phoneless Saturdays.
Well, phoneless Saturday, I've spoken about that, but also when you're in the company of other friends, which doesn't happen that often as you get older, someone has their phone out, it's a real fuck you.
We do the pass ag. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It is a good rule. That's a good rule for operating. Another one I pulled out. Greet people you know with a single kiss on the left cheek.
Oh, is this male and female?
Yeah, I kiss a lot of our friends. You probably don't recognize that. Yeah,
kiss producer Sam?
I'm not sure. Have I kissed you before, Sam? Yeah, there he is, nodding in the background. I kiss Tinks when I see him. Yeah, I kiss
certain people.
If I know them well enough, yeah. Greet people you know. It's not like I'm going to go to someone I've just met and kiss them.
All right.
But I do also.
I don't think you've ever kissed me on the cheek.
No. I don't know what's underneath that beard. I don't. One of the things I do is generally if I greet a woman, I'll shake their hand the first time and I'll go, that's probably the last time we ever shake hands. I'm a hugger.
Yeah.
Normally.
I like whenever we meet a guest who often it'll be the first time meeting, we always go straight for the hug.
Yeah.
I think that's an important part of connecting.
Establishing.
When we're about to have a 2-hour deep and meaningful
rapport.
Yeah.
What else you got?
If you're too tired and busy to talk about anything besides how tired and busy you are, stay home. Your pals will thank you. If you must cancel at the last minute, radical honesty is the best policy. Instead of coming out with an excuse, just admit you need to stay home and lie on the couch. People will emphasize.
Easy for you to say.
With your social burnout.
Empathize?
Empathize. 2 parts to that. Yes. The worst thing is having a conversation with someone talking about how busy they are or tired. It just
what a big week they've had.
Yeah. But I love the radical honesty bit.
Yeah.
Because
I just can't
if
be
someone
fucked.
cancels on you and they say, I just honestly can't be fucked, you're like, oh, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
You don't try to make up an excuse. You say, I can't be fucked.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I try to do this one, but you always tend to ask me, say as little as possible about why you're taking time off. Just be vague.
Yeah. You do this sometimes in emails to clients.
Do I?
Yeah. And
I'm away for a week.
I'm away. I'm working remotely for the next week down south or something, which makes no difference to them where you're working from.
Well, I beg to differ. I think it's managing expectations. I'm working remotely. It's like I'm not going to be at my laptop all the time. I'm going to be away. It's like people who say, and some people do this, like I'm away from my, you know how they put those little auto messages on? I never read those. I never read those.
You know what they are, so you must.
Yeah, maybe I do read them. Oh, no, this is bad going out live, isn't it?
Okay. In general, talk less. A gentleman would rather ask questions than talk about himself. It's very boring at parties to have the person you're speaking to want to match your story with their own. Humility is knowing that other people are more interesting than you are. Get into the habit of asking follow-up questions. This is my favorite one.
Yeah.
This is a gentleman would rather ask questions. Fucking ask questions.
Yeah,
of people.
Good. That's good.
Don't talk about yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. And matching a story of theirs. If someone tells you a story and you match it.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Mine's similar in a social setting. When you introduce people, give them a bit of a starting point for conversation. I think that's quite a good thing to do. I don't always do it, but if you're in a little group of people, be like, oh, hey, this is a bad example. This is Steve.
Between Two Beers.
He's from Between Two Beers as a podcast. But introducing little connections which mean they can sort of talk, and then you can do exactly what you say. Drop back and ask questions every now and again.
Yeah.
Makes people feel comfortable.
Yeah. Small
talk. I think you've spoken to me about small talk.
Well, you're a master of small talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, you always go in with the fragrance opener and you kind of it's you don't want serious small talk.
No.
It always needs to be silly and playful.
Or meaningful.
Well, that's not small talk. Then you're moving into real talk.
Big talk.
Okay. 2 more. I'm enjoying this gentleman segment.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 more to go.
The gentleman should.
A targeted exit is always a good way to get out of a party.
Oh, yeah.
Say bye to your host
Yeah.
and any really good friends, but it's not necessary to say goodbye to everybody because you're interrupting conversations and slowing things down. But really, always say goodbye to the host.
Yeah, we did that well at Ōtorohanga, I thought. We did that well.
Yeah.
We made sure we said goodbye to our hosts.
Because it is disruptive. If you're in a good conversation with someone and someone comes in to say bye, like, all right.
And then I've introduced you to with like some sort of a topic.
Yeah.
Goodbyes
say bye
can
to the
be
host and get out of there.
They can be long goodbyes. My other one is similar to social settings, and I don't do this very well, and Doc Brown's very good at this. If you have been invited to a dinner party, you must bring something.
Yeah, I'm terrible at this too.
I'm bad at that.
But Bon carries the water.
And there's a sub thing to that and if you do take something, you should leave it there. So if you take 6 beers and you drink 2 of them, don't take the 4 beers home. Just leave the 4 beers there.
Yeah.
Or a packet of biscuits.
Yeah.
Always bring something.
And always leave. Yeah. Totally. Yeah. Whatever comes with you stays there.
Yeah. It was a good article. Thanks for sharing that.
One
with
more.
me.
I got one more.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
How many have you done?
Maybe 6. Try to attend every wedding you're invited to. It means more than you might realize to the couple. Plus, once the wedding boom passes in your late 30s, you will not regret any of the weddings you went to, only the ones you didn't. This one hit me because, in the early 30s, everyone's getting married. And it's like 3 or 4 weddings a summer. And it's like, oh, geez, a bit much. And then, you kind of grow out of it. And you're like, oh, wedding, I would love to go to a wedding now. And then you think back on the experiences at weddings and they stick with you because they were meaningful.
Yeah.
So go to weddings.
Yeah. I went to a good one in Melbourne, actually. It was a really good wedding. It was, they're right. They're fun occasions. It's like 21st, but different. I don't know. I think sometimes I just say things. Sometimes I just say things.
Yeah. So we will link to that.
I feel like you did 6.
Well, bonus.
Yeah.
Hey, bonus for the live listeners.
Favorite 5 plus 1.
Yep. Hey, we're back with the 5 faves. We're back.
Yeah. Strong.
So we recorded some ABOs last week with Di. And because they go out fortnightly, we did like a year in review show, which is kind of weird to be doing at the start of October.
No, I think it's the right time to do a year in review.
Well, it did get me thinking of, all the stuff, like the Halbergs were this year. Like we launched a new company. Like Greg Foran was this year.
Yeah, I forget
Built
about
this
all that
new
stuff.
studio, moved office, made our first hire and our second hire. Did the doing the OMP course. I think he MC'd or spoke at about 15 events, and there's a few twists and turns to come. But
ooh, that's a good tease.
But it just made me. It's sort of, I don't know. I think we talk about this a little bit. Like we don't actually stop and think about what it has done. We're just moving fast so quickly.
What about What about the exercise of actually reviewing the goals that we put out on social media at the start of the year? Like you've done quite well, I'll be honest with yours. You did...
we put out these ridiculous goals that weren't sort of tied to anything, but I've actually started like ticking them off. But in the ABO episodes, I need to talk to you about this. So the way we do it is I did a 1v1, then Shay did a 1v1, and then we released the group one. The group one was the year in review. I'm assuming you haven't listened to my 1v1 I did with Di, as is your way.
As is my way, yeah.
Are you aware... So, okay, the dynamic here is I've been on this OMP. If you haven't listened to the ABO episode, I've been on this OMP course. You go away for 3 days at a time once a month. It costs $36,000 to go on. And
I know where this is going.
It's really, really good, but there's some pretty confronting parts of it. And one part of it that we did when I was at the latest block was this leadership profile where you send a questionnaire to like 8 people in your circle that work with you and then you get the feedback from it. And so there was one for, I think 7 of the answers, it was all like quite good marks, kind of what I expected. And there was one rogue, like a low answer. So mostly 7s or 8s out of 10 and there'd be like a 2 or a 3. And it was just consistent the whole way through.
So did it quantify up how many people said this, and then there was like you could tell there was one?
Yeah. So you
and
could
did it tell you it was the same one every time, the same person every time?
So I can see A, B, C, D, E, F, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And B is always like 2 out of 10, 1 out of 10.
Yeah.
And it's things like, do they align to their company values, or do they represent the company well when they're speaking internally and externally?
And your little brain is going, "Who is this?"
Well, my brain,
who's done me dirty?
Yeah, listen to the episode, and we go into it in more detail. And
you're coming after me now, aren't you?
Well, here's the thing. We have had quite a lot on. I haven't actually spoken to you about it because they say in the course, like one of the things you should do is go back to the people that answered and give them the results and what you found and what you've learned from it. I haven't done that.
No.
I figured I'd do it now. Do you hate me?
Do you think I'm the rogue marker?
At first I did,
Oh, man.
and now I'm not sure.
I gave you between 5s and 7s.
It wasn't you. It's a huge... You know what? Because
Apology accept. Apology accept.
You know what? Because what I said tonight is like, if it's one of these, and I'm not saying well, they are less important. They are less important, let's be honest. But if it was one of them, I'm like, oh yeah, I know, fair enough. But if it's you, then I'm like, oh, we've got a real problem.
Oh man.
So yeah.
No. It was some 5s and 7s. It might have even been some 8s in there.
Wow.
I don't think I dipped below. I'm pretty confident I didn't dip below a 5.
Okay.
But I certainly didn't go a 2. If there was a 2 in there, then it was.
I'm going to report back to the group in a couple of weeks. Say, hey guys, we're okay.
I've had to do one of those things before. They can be quite confronting when you get some feedback from your peers. It's like, oh shit.
Well, you try to put a lens on who you think has answered it and how you might have let them the word that comes back to me is hate me. But it's not. It's just, and then I look,
Maybe they just want you to get better.
Yeah, they do. And I think it will help me get better. Go and listen to that. If you want more information on that, go and listen to that.
I'm going to go listen to it now.
Yeah, maybe you should. On the studio, we spoke about it as one of the things. We had clients through 2 full days of bookings last week. Which
Coach
was
for
really
life.
Cool. Yeah.
I don't know if we can say that, but we didn't. I don't know. We didn't get them to sign a non-disclosure.
But it was cool because we were both away, and it was cool that people were using, producer Sam and SB were running the show, and that was really cool. If you want somewhere to record in Hamilton, video or audio, or use the space for whatever you want, it's available, right?
It's here for you guys.
It's the lad.
You 6 people out there listening to us.
Little lad in there. One other cool thing we did last week was the Reflections interview.
Yeah.
I won't say who it is, but because they are private for family only, but had lived an incredible life, and wow, like what a passion for telling his story and sort of getting it captured. So we travelled out there, us two and Sam, and spent the whole day essentially with the family. And they had been, so him and his wife, both in their 80s, had been married 60 years.
And that's an incredible story in itself. Met as teenagers.
Yeah.
And still together now.
But seeing the dynamic of like her sort of bouncing around as we're recording and kind of just excited by it and wanting to be part of it. And
I've got to give a massive shout out to a few people, because when we arrived, the power was out, which is not an ideal situation when you require power for cameras and lighting and stuff. So we walked in and they were already onto problem solving mode. The fire was stoked and that was great. Although, bless, it went out during the conversation, and then mid-conversation when we were sort of getting into it, the fire was sort of being stoked in the background and we had to sort of pause and go from there. But cameraman Sam was able to, with the help of the family, come up with a solution that involved like a ute with a power source. I don't know if the engine was running the whole time, but what could quite easily have been a wasted day was a very, very awesome experience to get that sorted.
I think cameraman Sam is underselling. We need a new, because he's more than that, isn't he? He's more than a cameraman.
He doesn't just sit in the corner and watch us.
He does it all. But the wife, one of the funny parts was when the fire went out, the helpful wife who wanted to be involved kept trying to like relight the fire.
Yeah.
And Sam's kind of gone over without trying to disrupt the flow of the conversation. It's actually, it's all right, we don't need the fire.
Well, I think the fire was quite close to the equipment.
That's the thing. It was right next to the camera. And then she's like, oh yeah, good. And then she came back and like lit it again later.
Yeah.
And then he ended up standing between the camera and the fire so our gear didn't catch on fire.
Yeah. He was really sweating too. His back, that shirt, I think he probably had to throw it away. But you know what amazes me sometimes with people that have lived a particular life, and this guy was a classic example, like the recall of detail from events sort of 40, 50 years ago was amazing, like facts and figures and people's names.
Yeah.
Love that about people when they're retelling their stories.
Bought this property for this much. The interest rate was 6% and we sold it. Yeah, just photographic memory.
Yeah.
Cool. That's a really cool thing we get to do. Right, between two bets. Now, our bets are ongoing from the last episode.
Yeah.
Amelia Kerr, we went highest wicket taker and highest run scorer. She's out of the race, I think, for a run scorer. But wickets, I think she needs to pick up 3 or 4.
And I went run scorer, didn't I?
No, I went run scorer.
Oh, so I went wicket taker.
Yeah. Still
also brought to you by our friends at the TAB, R18, bet responsibly.
But this week, I'm going with our mate Joseph Parker.
Okay.
Is back at it.
Is that on the weekend?
Yeah, Saturday night. I've gone for a silly bet. Let me say this. And it goes against everything I believe in, but YOLO, you know what I mean?
Yeah, amen.
I've gone for a 6th round knockout, paying 13-1. So we're going to pay everyone out if Parker gets the knockout in the 6th round.
I don't think that's a silly bet.
Oh, it is. It's stupid.
I don't think that's a stupid. I think mine's stupider.
Oh, yours is stupider.
Oh, no, mine's okay.
What's your bet?
I've gone a 4-leg multi.
Yeah, that's
well, I really enjoyed the rugby league on the weekend, so I'm big on my rugby league.
Well, just stick to that then.
Well,
one game, one bet.
Nah, I went 4-leg multi. Papua New Guinea to beat the Cook Islands. That's a given. I think that's going to. Sorry to my Cook Islands extended family. Tonga to beat Samoa. Tonga start as slight underdogs in that one. Australia to beat England. That's a foregone conclusion. That's happening. And then I've got a moneymaker, which is on the old NPC final. Otago to beat Canterbury in Canterbury.
Yeah.
So if that comes out, the whole thing, over 600.
600-1.
No. That's the return.
Okay.
Otago to beat Canterbury is at 250.
Okay. 2 stupid bets there. Let's see how they don't come in. But no, next week we're going to get sensible.
Yeah, R18 bet responsibly.
Yeah. So Liquorland have been huge supporters of the show for the last 2 years. They have a new campaign coming up, and we're going to introduce it as a new segment. It's all about celebrating life's moments, both big and small. So they and we are asking, what's the occasion? So each Hambassadors, we're going to talk about what the occasion is coming up. So start with you. What are you celebrating, Seamus?
Quite a big one. We bought a house.
Whoa.
Yeah, you'll hear all about it in the Accidental Business Owners 1v1 between me and Di next week.
Yeah.
But Doc Brown and I have bought a new home in Hamilton.
Big step.
Yeah, big step.
Big step in a relationship. You're in it now.
Yeah, definitely something to celebrate. So yeah, we are homeowners.
How did you actually celebrate it?
We were on tour in the South Island, and we actually cheersed. We did a little cheers, and we took a photo of it.
What was in your cup?
Well, my cup was full, man. My cup was full. It was a sparkling. It might have been a sparkling grape juice.
Yeah.
That we got from Foursquare, actually, funnily enough. And it was good. It was good. Yeah, got that little cheers
toast
in there, little mark to the moment.
Homeowner.
Yeah, we might frame it or something. That'd be quite cool thing to do.
Growing up. My boy's growing up fast.
Yeah. Speaking of growing up fast, I gather your celebration is a little child's milestone.
Yeah, it is. Our youngest, Goldie, has started kindergarten. And what that means for my lovely wife, Bon, is for the first time in 10 years, she doesn't have a child attached to that because we just keep having kids, you know?
Yeah,
and
I know you do.
Now she's free. So for the first time, she had a day to herself on, I think, Mondays and Wednesdays. Drops the 2 girls at kindy and the 2 boys at school and then has a bit of time to herself. We went for lunch.
Did you?
We went for lunch at Cream.
When?
On a Monday afternoon.
Oh, I wasn't here.
Yeah, it was glorious. So, yeah, we're celebrating the next chapter of our life.
How's book club going? Because I didn't ask you about that. What happened? What was a scene that you walked into? I reckon Liquorland would have got a few purchases from that book club that you hosted at your house.
Yeah, what I'll say about my wife is that she is finding her feet in it. We call her the Queen of Ham East. Because she's kind of into everything now. She does her Pilates in the morning. She's got a book club. She's out for dinners. And she's really, I feel like, and I may be speaking quite broadly here, women when they're mums can go through a period where it's all about the baby and they're kind of like that takes everything and they've got no energy to go out.
Sort of that. That's the soundtrack.
And she's come out the other side and she's thriving.
Yeah.
It's a good time to be Bonnie.
I had a coffee with her on Sunday. Yeah. In Ham East. As she was queening around there. Yeah. It was nice.
Get that going.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Here we go. Fun bag questions. These ones come in from the listeners. What are the phrases that you hear yourself say that make you shudder? That is from Carl in Ōtorohanga.
Straight away, there was one in the comments from something that we put up, and it was, if Shay says, "If I speak my truth one more time," I don't know what I think I think he went quite harsh as to what he might do.
I think it was a she.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. And that was from Kerry Quinn's brought that up too.
Yeah.
Love you guys, but you say if I speak my truth.
Yeah. So I haven't said it once today. Until then, I was quoting that there, but I'm trying to retire that.
Yeah. So there's a few here. Yeah, I've got a list. If I can speak my truths on there. Vulnerability. I mean, we sort of discovered this about a year ago, I think, when I used to always say, thank you for your vulnerability.
There is one on there which you do say a lot, which is so much goodness.
Oh, so much goodness. Staffy hit me up about this. He's like, mate, love the pod, but like, you said so much goodness about 10 times in that one.
Which episode was it? Gilbert and Oka?
Nah. It was a while. I can't remember off the top of my head.
So much goodness.
You say break the fourth wall way too much.
I nearly said it again today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe that's just me. Maybe the listeners will agree.
I can't. There was another one. I can't think of what you say, but you say it a lot.
Okay. Learnings is a real bugbear. Lessons. It's lessons.
Yeah.
And it just sounds like corporate speak.
It's like saying bin and not bean.
You hate that. And the other one is make space.
Yeah.
I hate make space.
Yeah. I think we say that a lot too.
Yeah.
This is a real familiar territory for us, isn't it?
Do you remember we had that bingo card a while back?
When we hosted something? Yeah. Right.
For all of the things we say, journey and vulnerability and fucking learnings and lessons. Anyway, that was a good one. A question, are you doing your 12 pubs of Christmas pub crawl again this year? It is getting to that time of year. The answer is yes. Yeah,
and normally I would have arranged some sort of commentary gig overseas to get out of it, but I'm not. I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm actually really looking, after a 2-year hiatus, I'm really looking forward to the hijinks of the 12 pubs of Christmas.
Yeah, for new listeners, each year, I think this is the 7th or 8th year we've done it. Yeah. 10 mates, best mates, we get together and a beer at each pub. There's a drinking game. If you lose the drinking game, you pay for the round. There's an agenda item of things we talk, we catch up. It's actually quite wholesome and deep and thoughtful for the first 3 or 4 pubs. And then it just becomes a shit show.
Yeah.
But during I'd been the CEO for the last 7 years.
Yeah, that's right.
And I stood down.
Yeah.
It was during when all that shit was coming at me and I was too much and people were asking me about it and I just had no space for it. So Matt Parkin has picked up the reign and I'm looking forward to the first year under his leadership.
Do we still need to do the program? I didn't really get clarity
I'm waiting to hear
that.
from Matt. I know Matt listens, so he'll be in touch.
I actually thought on that sub chat that you started up, your summation of my involvement was so accurate. Shay won't reply to any messages on here, and the day before the pub crawl, we'll have the program finalised, send it to Gav, and Gav will be late picking it up and arrive at 3:45.
Well, that's how it's worked every
for a
year.
hard 3:30.
Yeah. Good luck, Matt. If you see us, I think we are December 12th this year, Friday, which actually is the same date as Chasing the Fox, which has killed me. But got friends flying over from internationally, so you can't move it. December 12th is the Friday.
Fox.
Don't.
That was a good day. Should we do it up there? Should we just go up there?
No, maybe.
Do our own.
Episode we released this week, Brent Impey. That has been really well received.
Yeah.
Man, that guy's CV is unreal.
Yeah. Other than the little faux pas in the intro about being chair of the Chiefs.
Yeah.
And I said that to Simon Grafhuse this week as well and didn't get pulled up on it. He was a director.
Yeah. Awesome guy. Doesn't do a lot of interviews, so it was really cool to get that one. Actually, his son reached out and of suggested him as a guest, which I think is the coolest thing.
Afterwards.
No, when your kids want to hear your story and for you to share your story, I think is the...
That's goals.
Oh, that's goals.
Yeah. That's one of your ones.
Yeah. Usually say that around family stuff.
Always.
Yeah.
And exactly that example.
Yeah.
Like when your kids talk positive about you, like, that's goals.
That's goals.
Yeah.
Okay.
You say that a lot.
Okay.
That's goals.
That's goals.
Sam Spratt next week.
Yeah.
Back into the racing industry.
So this was a cool one. Sam Spratt is a female jockey and there's heaps to her story, but she had a child 2 weeks before recording with us. And I remember sending an email to her saying, if you're keen to come on the show, but we understand you're having a baby around that time, so just let us know. She's like, yeah, I'll get someone else to have the baby if need be. I'm there. Like, I don't care. I'm coming. I'm in.
And sure enough, rocked up with the grandparents.
So she had a child when she was 20.
That's right.
And has just had a child at 40.
That's
so a 20-year age gap. And man, she is, how would you describe her? Breath of fresh air?
Yeah. Definitely.
She's fun. That was a really fun chat. A bit of just an eye into the racing industry, what it's like to be a professional jockey. And she had a really rough start. She had a horror fall when she was 18 and sort of bouncing back. And really fun one. Different.
And I think she's a future media star as well. She's
big time.
Yeah.
Gift of the gab.
Gift of the gab.
Yeah.
good in front of camera.
Yeah. Well, that brings us to the end. I hope the YouTube live audience has enjoyed it.
What did we end up with? Another question.
Oh, Sammy.
Go on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, it was cameraman Sam's birthday this week. So a big happy birthday, Sam. Thank you for everything you do. I don't think we tell you often enough how much we appreciate you. So thank you very much. Hope those girls get off toys went wasted last night.
Thanks for your question, Corey. I think the live questions is going to be a regular thing in the show. All right. Well, let's wrap it up, Shay. You got a big outro planned for us?
Yeah, look, a couple of things I've written down here.
All right. See you next time. Enjoy.